Okay, Glenn Denman here again, working on the bus again, or I should say still. So I'm continuing this video. I put out 2 videos on replacing my air dryer filter, or rebuilding it, if you will. So the first video, I realized that the check valve wasn't actually a check valve, it was just open. So it didn't really have any function to it, and it puzzled me quite a bit. So I did some research, found a manual that showed the check valve with a function to it, with a ball in it and a spring and all that. So it would actually, it wouldn't just be a pass-through without any function. So then I ordered a new check valve, like 60 some bucks, got it installed, and now to find out that it was never supposed to have a check valve there to start with. It's only supposed to be the fitting that would be the check valve, except in this case here with the D4500 bus, it has a check valve between the 2 tanks that are adjacent to the air dryer. And so it's supposed to be that the one tank blows off with the air dryer, and if I install this check valve, then that would not work that way. I don't know that it's anything detrimental, but it does go against the design of the bus. So now I'm going to remove the new check valve that I paid 60 bucks for, and I'm going to put the old fitting back in that doesn't have any check valve to it, but it's the identical fitting except for the parts aren't on the inside. So that's what I'm working on now. And basically I've already got the air dryer completely installed. So I'm working on going ahead and taking it back out and putting the old fitting back in where it belongs. So I'll try to catch this on video if I can. So basically let me get this thing to set up right. That should be pretty good. So this is right here is the check valve, this brass fitting. This is the old one that just had a pass through. There's no ball in it, no spring. This one has a ball and spring. So the check valve that is in lieu of that, well, I'll show it in a few minutes. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this back apart, replace this fitting back in there where it belongs, put the barium grease, new O-ring, all that, and then just put the fitting back, and it should work fine. It didn't not work before. It's one of those cases where you think you have a problem, but you really don't. And then you spend 60 some dollars on it, find out that it's not even an issue that you thought it was. So education is expensive. It's not as expensive as college, I guess, or decent mechanic school, but it's still a thing. So this is the air line I'm taking off here. This is the line that goes to the 2 tanks that are adjacent to this. And there we go. So now I just got to take this elbow off this. I'm going to try to kind of leave it there while I take the elbow off, so that way it's kind of holding it for me. If I can get it, I have it got on there pretty doggone tight. If I can get that. Oh yeah, okay, I'm good. Okay. So I have to re-dope that fitting maybe. Anyway. So this is the brand new check valve that I paid so much for. Which is, you can see, is identical, except that this has the fittings or the stuff inside. This doesn't, because there's another check valve that is in lieu of that. So I will have to redope up this elbow. So I'll be back in a moment. I can get this to... Okay, anyway, so I hope I got that angled right. Okay, so here's the old check valve, or check, it's just a fitting, replaces the check valve. So I went ahead and put the O-ring, the new O-ring from the other check valve on this one, and I put the barium grease on it. So I'm going to screw that in and then tighten that up, and then screw the elbow in. This doesn't require any pipe dope here because it's sealed by the O-ring. It's a pretty big fitting. And I don't mind things costing more money in cases like this. 60 bucks is 60 bucks, but at least I'm not paying somebody else to do the work at like $200 an hour. So I'll get that screwed back on. Probably 30 degrees at 25 degrees out here right now. So that should work. And you don't put any kind of dope on this either. It's got a ferrule inside that seals. And this is the original elbow and ferrule and everything, so it should go right back together the way it's supposed to. Get it lined up. These have to be lined up pretty doggone close before the threads will grab. They're easy to cross thread, so you really gotta be careful with it. Make sure you got it on a good ways by hand before you start putting a wrench on it. So that's about halfway there, so I think I'm in good shape. I'll have to check all this for leaks, but that won't happen just yet until I get the bus fired up, and that won't be for another probably 2 weeks or maybe next week. Fired up, and I got to go down and get some fuel in it and stuff. My hands are freezing. I need to put those gloves back on, but I'm almost done. might want to relieve the pressure here as I tighten that on. Just a little bit. Double wrench it. Okay, that should do it. So the so there it is, completed. So there's no check valve on a D4500 at this location, but if you turn over here and look, this, you got these two tanks here that are, there's a hose connecting one tank to the other tank. I don't know if you can tell by the context there, but anyway, but this check valve right here is the check valve that is in lieu of the check valve on the air dryer. So that way this tank here, this tank on the driver's side, will purge with the air dryer. So anyway, if you can see that, so it's kind of the context of it here. So anyway, so that, okay, so just to finish up this video, so I've got two brand new drums, brake drums for the bus right here for the front, and those were about 360 bucks each, I think, from MCI. I believe they're made in USA. And so I've got those. And then in the back of the car here, I just picked up today my brake shoes. So I've got brand new springs, rollers, all that stuff, new brake shoes that are going to go in there. And so that'll complete my, as far as I'm going on the front end for now. So basically, once I'm finished with the brakes, I'll have all new shocks, new brake shoes, new brake drums, a new seal, and new fresh oil in the hubs, and new hub covers on both sides. So I could go on forever and continue to fix everything and rebuild everything, but that's the point that I'm stopping. And then I will get also some new tires, and we'll be ready hopefully for this spring when we start driving it around. So anyway, God bless everybody. Thanks for watching the videos, and I hope this is helpful. Just keep in mind, if you have a D4500 bus and you take your air dryer apart and find that the check valve is just a pass-through, it doesn't actually function, it's probably designed that way. So that's what I found out. So anyway, God bless everybody, and take care of yourself.